Hello, this is Simon Klein from TradeSmart at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on the 25th of March 2018. Welcome to this week's episode of Where is the Dollar Going Next? And what you see before you is a dollar index on the daily chart wound back to the end of the previous week. We said last week that if we're able to go above and close above the supply zone above, it's likely we'll continue moving to this supply zone. And if we're able to go below and close below this demand zone below, then it's likely we'll go back down to the bottom of the base. So let's take a look at how the market played out last week. So on Monday, the market actually moved back down to the demand zone. On Tuesday, we put in a higher low and a higher high and moved back up to the top of this base. On Wednesday, we sold off again and ended up back down at the bottom of this base. And on Thursday, we went slightly below the base and then bounced back to the upside. And Friday, we sold off again at the bottom of the base. So the question is this: what are the odds of where the dollar is likely to go next this week? Well, it's exactly the same as what we said last week. If we're able to go below and close below the bottom of this base, we're likely to continue moving to the demand zone below. But on the other hand, if we're able to go above and close above the top of the base, then we're likely to continue moving to the supply zone above. But what we could very well do is what's been happening the past couple of weeks. We could continue moving sideways within this base. So what we're seeing and what we saw last week is when it looks like we're going down, like on Monday, that's where we turn to the upside and moved up. When it looks like we're going up, that's where we turn to the downside. That's very, very typical of trading within type bases. When it looks like it's about to break out to the top, it turns the other way. And when it looks like it's about to break down below the bottom, it bounces to the upside. Now, there's a way of understanding bases which is beyond the scope of this video, but I hope at some point in the future to put out a training that will teach you how to recognize when the base is likely to break out and which directions, so that you can get the highest probability trade with the lowest risk and the highest return. So let's take a look at the larger time frames as we usually do to see what they're saying about price action. Now, we said last week if we were to turn to the downside, then the odds are we're likely to continue moving to the bottom of the base. That's exactly what happened last week. The market turned to the downside. So based on this time frame, it's likely that we may very well continue moving to the bottom of the base. It's certainly at the moment a higher probability than moving to the top. Now, let's take a look at the monthly chart. And again, it's exactly the same as what we said last week. We may fail to hold this level and continue moving to the downside, and as we've said in previous weeks, if we don't hold this level, we're likely to continue moving to the downside to this demand zone below. But on the other hand, if we do hold this level, then we may move up to this supply zone above the current price. So these are the odds of where the dollar is likely to go next this week. What I'd like to do now is point your attention to some very important training that you may have missed in the past couple of weeks. The training is improve your trading results using this simple and powerful indicator. I'm going to leave two links below this video. The first link is the short version, about 17 minutes long. The second link is the webinar version, which is about an hour long. But even if you don't watch the whole second version, I urge you to load it up and go to 33 minutes and 50 seconds and listen carefully to what I have to say there. What you hear there may very well be what you need to hear to potentially turn your trading completely around if you're not getting the results that you want from your trading. That's all for now. This is Simon Klein from TradeSmart. If you like this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe at the end. Wishing you the best of luck with your trading this week.